A summer transfer window for Manchester United without a striker to many would be a failed one, despite the fact that the likes of Andre Onana and Mason Mount are in. But is this the week it is all done and dusted? We get to talk about what Manchester United is going to look like in the next few weeks here on the Hotspot. My name is Webb. Guys, welcome aboard. Now today is a happy day. It is a Sunday, and guys, first of all, I'm here to say I'm so thankful to each and every one of you who has subscribed to the Hotspot, because as we speak now, we hit the next target we had of making it to 2K, and I actually composed the song for you. I hope you like it. Listen, from Abuja, Nigeria, Kingston and UK, thank you all for getting us to 2K. I feel happy right now. Everything is okay. I do hope we keep doing it and push to 3K. Huh? Welcome, guys. I feel uplifted. And by the way, uplift causes is something I love. It's something I do, sort of a charity thing I do for mental health, talk to young people about mental health and living constructively, avoiding drugs, and also it's something as I do love. We have a channel as well called Uplift Causes. You can check it out on the website as well. This is the t-shirt. It's a beautiful thing, just for the love of mental health and how important it is. But guys, you have helped me click well with my mental health as we head into this new week, because guys, we are at 2K subscribers. But even better news for me and for you who loves Manchester United is the fact that Fabrizio, the Kingpin Romano, has come out and again re-emphasized and made it clear that this is the week that Manchester United will be going into that bidding war with PSG, who are also eyeing a top target in Rasmus Højlund. Now, Rasmus Højlund is a striker that United has for the longest time been clearly linked with, and whereas the valuation has been an impediment, has slowed down United's pursuit of him, but also the lack of money for the club. This week, it is believed that United will be ready to go and make an official bid for the player. There is no official bid that has been tabled yet, whereas personal terms have been agreed between Højlund and Manchester United. No official bid has been tabled. They are planning to do that this week that we are starting. There are no guarantees whether he will be done and dusted, but what we know for a fact, United are still in the lead to sign the youngster all the way from Atalanta. Now, the beautiful news as well is the fact that now United seems to be selling players already. We know that Alex Telles was already unveiled by Al Nassr. We know that Anthony Elanga is destined to join Nottingham Forest for £15 million, so that's money. Telles left for £4 million. We also know that Fred is on his way out, and obviously we are expecting a bid to come through for him very soon. So United are sure and confident that Fred will be sold. We are now also getting reports now emerging that Saudi Arabia are interested. There is a club that is yet to be mentioned in Saudi Arabia that is interested in bidding for Anthony Martial, the youngster who was bought in 2015 from Monaco, promising to be the next Thierry Henry, only for him to be fettered by injuries. But he is a player that Saudi will be hoping can come through and perform from that side, giving him some good money for himself, but also some reasonable money for Manchester United. But we also know that still Saudi Arabia, and should be Al Nassr, has tabled a bid, is tabling a bid for Eric Bailly, about a couple of million pounds as well. So for him, it's obvious United is not having him in their plans. So there is a massive clean out that is going to be made this week. So this is why this is the true Højlund week, because the money we get from the players we sell is the one we are going to be using to bid for Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta. So this is the week where we get busy with the player. It's a Sunday, guys, and the week starts on Sunday. So just know it is happening this week. We might not guarantee that it will be done this week, but the bidding will be done. The first bid at least will be tabled by Manchester United. So guys, go ahead and be positive. Positivity is good if you're going to get uplifted and attack the new week, and I'm all about uplift causes and uplifting people. So positivity is good. Be sure Manchester United is going to be giving you some good vibes. Now guys, I'm seated here because like I said, we are celebrating 2K subscribers, and it's a bit nostalgic because this is how we started. I was sitting here on a stool. If I'm to show you the stool I'm seated on, we didn't have this chair at the start. So this is what I was sitting on. You see this stool? It's so African. It's so African. There are words on it. I got it on a long journey to a place called Arua. The words love and peace. Then what other word is it? In my family. Love and peace in my family. I hadn't even read this, by the way, and I've had this chair, this seat for. So it's like a bow. You see it? It's so African, so beautiful. I love it. So this is where, this is how we all started. With I think I don't know, no subscribers, and we're sitting here, and my back at some point was paining, but I had to come here and give you the videos, and then we graduated to this. Of course, it's also not the best, but at least there is somewhere to lean on. So, but for this video, I'll keep it to this because we are celebrating 2K as we start building the road to 3K. So it's a good day, guys. I thank you so much for subscribing to the hotspot. It's exciting, it's beautiful, and be a big G bless for you. Now, moving on, of course, as we do continue to talk Manchester United 2K style. Now, well, you think about what Manchester United is now focused on, and you think the next couple of weeks, I think at most the next 2 weeks are going to be so fast for Manchester United, because now we are left with two. I think the harder department we are sorting now is the striking department, and obviously Rasmus Højlund is going to perhaps take us back and forth with Atalanta, and you know how we know how they are, how rigid they are when it comes to their players. So you feel they are certainly going to take us back and forth. But you feel like if it's a race, I think we are looking at we are on the almost on the home stretch in terms of transfers, because Sofian Amrabat, I think, it will be an easy player to sign, because Fiorentina, first of all, is willing to sell. They value him at 30 to 35 million pounds. Certainly, we can talk them down to about 25, and that's money. When we sell the players I just told you about that we are planning to sell, certainly we can raise that money. And then for Rasmus Højlund, I think the only elephant now is Rasmus Højlund, which is the most important department for us to sort. So, and I think the talks we've been having before the official bidding, I think, have been so important, so that we don't waste a lot of time waiting and going back and forth with the bidding. So you first hold talks with the club, then they invite your initial bid, and then we pick it up from there. So I feel like we might actually sort our transfers in the next at most 2 weeks, which would be good time for us, because remember the season does start in the season starts on the 12th of August, and that is about, today is the 23rd of July. It's a couple of weeks away. So actually it's not even 2 weeks. I think we will be sorted. We will sort all our transfers, I think the major transfers, in less than 2 weeks. Probably just over a week. And for me, that would be good time for us to feel like we are ready. And also, I have confidence in what we've done, because after seeing how we played against Arsenal, even the gaffer himself, Erik ten Hag, said it, that Manchester United we played well. He was so happy about how we played, even if we are not using most of our key players. And I also thought, and I was saying the same during that watch along, for those of you who are watching, that I thought we looked so good, we looked so organized, we looked like we are now playing the Erik ten Hag way. We had a certain level of calmness and confidence on the ball. We're applying ourselves more. So there is not, for me, a lot of work to do. I feel like even when Rasmus Højlund comes in, at whichever time he comes in, he will fit in. I feel like even the template for Andre Onana, who is yet to play a game, is also set. I saw Tom Heaton doing the things we expect Onana to do. He will obviously do them better. I feel like the template is there. The identity is there. We would see it in that game against Arsenal. And for me, I've got no doubt in what we are going to do. Of course, we've got next games coming. Wrexham is going to be played by the under-23s, I think. They're the ones who will be playing Wrexham. The senior team will be playing against Real Madrid. That's the next game we will be playing in the preseason with the senior team. But so speaking of, I feel like we shouldn't be under pressure. I think the template is there, and that's the most important thing. When Højlund comes in, of course, he will need time to train with the team. But when the template is there and solid, a world-class player or a good professional player will just fit in the template and tick the boxes. The issues we had before were that we did not have a template we were playing under. Each coach that came in was playing their own thing, so it was all over the place. For now, we have an identity, and that's why I'm saying for us, we should be on the home stretch now. We are at the home stretch, as if it's a race in our in our rebuilding process, but also in our this summer transfer window. So for me, there's nothing to worry about. We'll get Rasmus Højlund, we'll get Sofian Amrabat. There is talk of Axel Disasi as well again, can bring him in as a right back, but of course Ten Hag seems to be impressed with Aaron Wan-Bissaka because they are now planning, his current contract ends in 2024. The plan is to trigger the 1-year contract extension on his contract. So certainly that shows you he's performed. We saw him in goal scoring early, positions several times, in that game against Arsenal last night. So it shows you he's putting in the hard yards, and when you put in the hard yards, certainly the things will always work for you. So you give credit to Wan-Bissaka and the improvement he's made over the past couple of months. So that's where we are as United. I think there is nothing going into this week. We've got to be positive about everything that is bound to happen concerning this big football club, the biggest in the world, like I keep saying and emphasizing. So guys, that's pretty much like it about Manchester United and the news we've got this evening. The big one is the bid. You should be ready for that one to come through, the bid for Rasmus Højlund. Now guys, as I wind up again, thanking you one more time for pushing us to 2K. Let's do this again and push now to 3K as we grow this family of Man United supporters. I also just do want to just honor the number 2K, 2000, because the year 2000 is the year, first of all, we started putting on this jersey with Vodafone. It's the year Vodafone became the official sponsor of Manchester United, taking over from Sharp, who had been there for decades. So Vodafone comes in. They were there from 2000 to 2006. And I do remember, with Vodafone, we won not so much. We won 4 titles, 2 Premier League titles and an FA Cup title. But I think some of the key things I can recall at the turn of the millennium, in the year 2000, as a United supporter, was first of all the fact that we won that Premier League title at the turn of the millennium. If you remember, if you were there, you recall how the turn of the millennium was so unique. Because globally, I think people didn't know what was going to happen. Certain people were telling us that the world was going to come to an end when we clocked 2000, the turn of the millennium. People were saying, I think the earth is going to overturn. There were all forms of theories about it. So it was a tense period, but United wins that Premier League title in a record fashion. I think we're 18 points clear of second place. That should have been Arsenal. We're 18 points clear of the second place team on the log. We had, I think, we scored 97 goals in that season. Again, it was, I think, a record at the time. But also at that same period, we didn't play well on the continent. I think in Europe, in the Champions League, I think we lost to Real Madrid. I recall painfully that painful loss to Madrid in the quarter-final. But we also won our first Club World Cup title. We won. I think we beat a Brazilian club, either Palmeiras or something. I do remember that. I also recall that in the year 2000, it is when we signed Fabian Barthez. We were struggling with goalkeepers at that time, at the turn of the millennium. United was struggling with goalkeepers a lot, and so that's when we brought in Fabian Barthez. I remember we had lost I think Peter Schmeichel, so we are looking for who to come in and try to get a proper goalkeeper. We got a couple of flops, and I don't know whether you would call Fabian Barthez, who was there for 4 years, 2000 to 2004 from Monaco. That's when we signed Barthez. So yeah, those are some of the things I can recall about the year 2000. So I'm speaking 2000 because we made 2K subscribers, so I had to honor 2K. So yeah, that's pretty much like Man United. There was not so much more else to write home about in 2000, but yeah, we won our 6th Premier League title in 8 seasons, so that was big enough. It's the only, I think, the one major title we won at that time, besides the Club World Cup, if you think it's major. So yeah, guys, 2K is a lucky number. It's a good number, and that's why I'm happy. Thank you so much, guys. Let's now push to 3K as we keep growing this family of Manchester United supporters. By the way, this feels good, feels nostalgic. I think I should keep rotating my stool and the chair, because now it feels different if I'm now, hanging and, without anything to lean on. Anyhow, guys, do subscribe to the hotspot. My name is Webb. I will be seeing you later as we do attack this Rasmus Højlund week. Bless you.